Welcome to Recovering Addict. I'm LT and I'm an alcoholic addict.
You want to introduce yourself first?
I'm Link Weaver, the cocoa addict.
Because I am Felice,
You like
the
chocolate?
co-addict. He's the cocoa.
He's the cocoa addict.
The cocoa
If
addict.
this is your first time watching the show, thank you very much for tuning in and watching this. We're going through a book right now called It Will Never Happen to Me. So what is this channel all about? 2 times in my life, I have freaking hit rock bottom due to addiction. First time was in the early 2000s. I was a meth addict tweaker. I mean, I was like that bad tweaker. No, I wore shoes with no socks kind of stuff, you know. I don't even know where I got the shoes, honestly, to tell you the truth. Then I committed a second-degree felony, ended up in jail, and I almost went to prison for 15 years. I got a tattoo on my arm that says sleepy because I was so dope sick that I slept for what seemed to be a month. It may have only been a couple of weeks, but I woke up. I would go grab my food. I would throw the tray to one of my buddies that was in there. I'd grab the cookie, eat it, and go back to bed. And I swear that lasted for a couple of weeks. It felt like a month. And then one day I got shook in my bed. Hey, you need to take a shower, homie. And they started calling me Sleepy. Hey, Sleepy. Hey, Sleepy. So that little stint that I was in that pod, I got my nickname Sleepy, and and they snuck in a tattoo needle. Well, actually, we made the needles out of a CD player motor and all this kind of stuff. And I got Sleepy tattooed on my arm, right? Early 2000s. Got into a halfway house after jail, a work release program, and it was a drug kind of program. There was counseling, and I had to take drug tests, room searches. They'd wake us up in the middle of the night, fill the hallways, and then the dogs would go through and sniff our rooms. And nope, didn't freaking think I was an addict or an alcoholic. Really never. I don't even remember what I learned, honestly, because this day I got off probation, a few years later, I got off probation early because I was doing good. I had a good job. I'm a hard worker and that kind of thing. So they let me off probation early. The day I get off probation, I start smoking weed, and I started smoking weed daily. I had a box in my pocket, one little one hitter, and that's what I did. First thing when I woke up, first thing when I went to the job site, first thing this, first thing that, right? And I smoked weed until it was time to get a job that required drug testing. That's why I quit. And then from that time on, I was like 28. I didn't drink. I didn't smoke weed. I quit smoking cigarettes. I got really into health. I got into fitness until I was about 33, and we started drinking Coronas with lime and salt. It actually started when we were trolling fish in Kazi. Remember that? I would take like a 6-pack of beer with me, and it was just like, cool. Fast forward that to when I hit about 40 years old. I was a fifth a night, whiskey drinking, blackout drunk, gallons on the weekend, and I had to check myself into a detox center just to get off of whiskey and not die. And then I checked myself into an IOP program, which I spent 5 months in, transitioned from there and just continued to study and work in the steps. And now I'm here at SOAR, right here. We got our studio up here at SOAR, so I'm a part of this program now. And that's why if you are on the SOAR side watching this, that's what this is all about. This is going to become a part of the program, something more that we offer here than just you get 4 days a week, right? Intense outpatient program here at SOAR. And on top of that, you get recovery in your pocket with 3 live streams, and that's us teaching education. So we go through here, we build a community that's digital. It's 24/7. It spans the globe. If you're ever hurting, you're ever struggling, you can reach out at any time. If you can't get a hold of your sponsors or anybody locally, you can reach in your pocket, grab the Discord app, which you see right up there. Felice will put that in the links.
Yes, I'll do that
and
right now.
Join us there, and you'll see that you can have support anytime you need it. And that's what this is all about. Tonight, we are going to go through It'll Never Happen to Me. Growing up with addiction as youngsters, adolescents, and adults. And tonight we're looking at the roles in the family. If you noticed, the last few weeks it's been kind of chaos. We lost the power. We had that crazy storm. I've been working with my buddy Daniel during the day, so I've been really off track with keeping up as well as I'd like to. I got a lot on my plate right now. But right now we're in chapter 3 talking about family rules. We went through don't talk. We went through don't trust. And tonight we're going to hit on don't feel. So you may understand if you lived with codependent parents, dependent on chemicals or alcohol, of how you may have been raised. This might bring up some emotions that you haven't dealt with yet. If that is the case, reach out to your sponsor, reach out to somebody supported that in your support system that you trust, and you get it off your chest. Always talk about what you're feeling, especially if you're new into sobriety. Emotions are going to be through the freaking roof. It's going to be overwhelming. You're going to have stuff you want to do. You're going to remember the normal life you lived and the things that you did. Maybe you went to work and was able to maintain your drug habit and go to work, and going to work is going to be a freaking chore now. Cleaning the house is going to be a chore now. Doing anything, going out with your friends or being around family, it's going to be a chore because now you have to relearn who you are with these crazy emotions. And it's addiction. It's a battle. You didn't become a drug addict. You didn't become an alcoholic overnight, and it ain't going to happen overnight either as soon as you get off the drugs. So you have to learn a whole new way of life. It's a lifestyle change. You got to get rid of the old, and then you've got to bring in the new. And that's kind of what we try to help do here, is teach and go through and understand our minds. Nature abhors a vacuum. That's right, Linky. Understand what our addictive personality that we built. As soon as you start gaining this self-awareness about yourself, you can start changing things about you. Oh, look at the way I handled this situation. Look at the way that I felt during this, and then my response. That wasn't right. And then you really start, and you're taking responsibility for your actions, and you're going forward, and you're making amends to people, and you're correcting it. You're doing a step 10. You're admitting it promptly. You're doing this all the time. And life just starts getting better and better and better. Before you know it, a year's passed. The cravings, the whatever word I'm looking for, the drug abuse or whatever is kind of starting to go away, and you're starting to get into this whole self-mastery, changing your mind, changing your emotions, and it just keeps getting better and better. Things start falling into place because you're taking care of things, you're being responsible. It's amazing. John V, thank you so much for the $10. Love it. Felt it for sure the other day with getting rid of that stuff. Good job, brother. I'm glad. And that's enough blabbing for me right now. I'm going to let Fleece say hello to everybody in the comments. We got a ton to go through. Not sure you're going to make it in time.
Maybe I'll start from the bottom this time. Start at the
bottom now here.
So we just saw John V. We also have Elizabeth Joe Williams. We love you and miss you and wish we could have went to sing live this year, but stupid COVID.
Stinking COVID.
Down the drain. Thank you, Mark. Glad you're here. Hey, Mr. Teeter. Bird, Teresa, love seeing ya. Cherie, I was trying to do math on how much it would be to go to Australia.
We're trying to figure out how to come to Australia.
Like 5 minutes ago. I was like,
we want to get out of here. But not till your lockdown stuff's over. You guys are under martial law. We ain't about to jump in there.
I need to save up some more Sky Miles. Darcel, what is up? We would like to welcome a new member of our sober living family here at the Sawyer House, and his name is Chris.
Shout out to you, Chris.
Well, hey, Chris.
Good job, brother.
Darcel, man.
Yeah, work your program, brother. Buy into it, man. Life is better on this side of sobriety.
Anthony, Victor.
Hey, what's up, brother?
Hello.
Welcome to
Tiara,
the show.
hello.
Glad you're here. Tiara Barnes, nice to see you.
Erin, hey.
Hey, sister.
Love you.
Falling asleep, just wanted to say hi. I can sing you a lullaby if you'd like.
I thought about you because a lady at work made some keto cake, and it tasted like real cake. And I was like, Erin would probably love this. Hey, Kyle.
What's up, Kyle? Yeah,
That's
don't
right.
forget to smash that like button. Give us
Green
some hearts and thumbs up on the Facebook side of things.
Hey, Joe E.
Joe E, what's going on, brother?
Sky, Brittany, hello.
1 year, 6 months clean. Holy cow. You know what, man?
What?
And I've known, how long have we known each other now, Brittany? A few months, maybe 4 or 5 months, it seems. And I know you've been through the battle. You've been up, you've been down, and you're staying sober. You're working your program. Life's coming at you on life's terms, and you're handling them.
Yeah, you're doing a great
Proud
job.
of you, Brittany.
Brittany's daughters.
Oh, yeah, Brittany's daughters.
Linky loves you.
Marilyn.
Hey, Marilyn.
W, what's going on?
Austin.
Hey, bro. I've been actually, my sound is off. Love you, homie. I love you too, brother. Don't worry about it.
Soupy in house.
I'm just giving you that tough love you gave your homeboy today, too.
Nice, Sunray.
It's all good. I will hug you big time when I see you.
John Hovel. Where's the wifey?
John
Where's
Hovel.
Tracy? We got a Facebook user. Hey, Facebook user.
So glad to be back. Let us know who you are if you want to, but if not, we will keep your anonymity. Good. Jake Brown, my brother from another mother right there.
Got Mayor's daughters back. We're glad you're back.
Yeah.
Andrew, you're not watching from Peter's phone?
Hi, Andrew.
We love seeing you on here, Andrew. Desmond, hello. It's weird going backwards. Who else?
And they voted that we do our character defects today. So I would love to know why. Like, what happened that we need to take our character defects today?
Good question. What is up, Lish? Hello, family. Oh, the mayor's daughter was our winner today.
No, Merc was.
Oh, Merc was? That's as far as it'll let me go.
It only goes. But Merc
I'll
was the
never know.
winner. 100%. So what's up?
Well,
Why are we
congrats, Merc.
why are we doing character defects today? What prompted that? I know it was the Zoom meeting. Ignore the kangaroo. And hello to my wife, Tracy. Oh, that's what prompted it. Because I said so. Dieter. I love it.
That's why.
All right, fine. Let's do it. No worries, brother. If your sound's not on, this heart is for you.
I like the sign language. We need to learn.
I've been learning sign language. I'm working at that house, cutting that tree up. So here's what I've been doing this last week, right? Let me tell you something I learned. I don't realize how big trees are. So I'm telling my buddy, I'm like, dude, we can cut that tree down and have it chopped up, loaded in like 4 hours. We got this. Me and Jake and some friends that have been helping are on day 4. I swear tomorrow's the last day. 2 hours. Give me 2 hours. This tree's gone.
I like your positivity. It's a huge tree. It's bigger than he is.
It's huge, man. We're almost
the
done.
trunk
Though,
is.
man. My head's burnt. My grip is coming back, though. I'll tell you what. Squeeze a chainsaw for 12 hours. Candace.
Hey, Candace. Oh, hey, Adrian. Hi, my recovering family. I just want to say that I am so proud of myself and how far I've come. I have 103 days of sobriety. I leave the Sawyer house on October 1st. Atta girl.
Nice.
And I pray that I have the strength to use everything I've learned here. Also, shout out to Christian, new member of Sawyer House.
Christian.
That's Chris, I guess.
Yeah.
Same,
awesome.
same.
See, Jake knows what I'm talking about. We got it. That new blade, though. Oh, man. Merc, I like to sharpen my blades, right? You know how that little thing, it's about, a little over 1/4 inch long. Mine are down to like a 1/16, maybe an 1/8. I didn't realize how wore out it was. I put a new blade on that chain or a new chain, whatever.
Yep.
Whop! Oh, man, it was like butter. It was like a hot knife through Vegemite. Just right through.
Liquid bologna.
Oh, dude, Jake's a beast. I'd hire him on my job site any day. Simon Sharma.
I also thought I could handle alcohol, and alcoholism would never happen to me. But it took me down a hole where I almost died multiple times. Perfect topic to make people aware. I am at day 4. Well, congrats on 4 days.
Congrats on 4 days. Keep it up. Keep it up. Okay, it's going to be a battle. Just stay strong and work your program, and do not put yourself in a high-risk situation at this point, okay? I didn't know either. I was like, oh, drinking's fun. I like partying on the weekends. And then all of a sudden I tried to party every freaking night and all day.
I'm going to go say bye to Grandpa.
Didn't work out. Shut up, Link. Apparently I had to go say goodnight to Grandpa one night when I was blackout drunk and tumbled down the stairs and broke my knee.
And Gramps didn't even move.
Yeah, he didn't even hear me.
Evening, Facebook user.
You're welcome, Simon. Very, very, very much. Welcome, Facebook user. The reason you can't see your name, if you do want your name to be seen and you're on the private Facebook group, go up to the part where it says see more. You click that and you'll be able to give StreamYard permission to use your name. You're in the private group, which is going to continue to keep your name private as an anonymity thing. If that's the way you want it, we won't shout out your name. We can look at it, but we won't shout it out unless you want us to. And if not, and you can't figure out how to get it to show your name, just jump over to YouTube. People say they like the YouTube side better. So it's up to you. It's your show. You're the one clicking the buttons.
You did.
Tyler, what's up, brother?
Tyler?
That dude's awesome. He works here at SOAR.
Ah, well, hello.
He's the one with like all the big book knowledge. You don't even have to like have him open the big book. He just quotes it just like right off the top of his head.
That's
all
good.
day. Like every word he says is something out of the big book. Just kidding, dude.
Josh Beam.
Josh Beam, what's going on, brother? How we doing? We're doing awesome, man. I'm loving the program. I'm loving I'm loving life right now. Like a year into sobriety, I did not think it would be this good. I had this crazy fear of quitting. I would not. Okay, so my daily routine on the way home from work, drive down I-15 heading north. I would turn off on 12th Street because that took me a left on Wall Avenue, which led me right to the liquor store, right? The days that I was trying to quit, this crazy fear and panic got to me until I put my blinker on and got off on 12th Street. Then the fear went away and another pint or a fifth went down that night during school nights type stuff, right? So yeah, how's it going? Amazing. I can't believe it. Like Jake and I were talking today. He's like, how's it getting so busy? You know, because we're just doing so much stuff, like working together. Life is awesome.
I just thought of something. Now that you're sober, you're more busy. But when you were drunk, you passed out, you know?
Yeah, it's stupid. So I prayed last Wednesday night for God to show me that I made the correct decision for the girls to go to in-person school as well. What was your conclusion? I had the same thing happen, Josh says. It's amazing, huh, brother? And you know what I also love is the community of people in recovery. You instantly love one another, right? You understand there's just something about like, oh, you're in recovery? Yeah, I'm in recovery. Oh, so you instantly trust them because you know you're being honest with one another, especially if the other person is working their program like you are. I can't say it enough. It's just amazing. All right, so normally we do a question from the Discord today, but I've been asked to go through character defects. And so we will spend the next 15 minutes working on character defects. So I want you all out there to think about this and go through this with me. I'm going to put an image up on the screen. Feel free to screenshot it, if you will. And this image is going to show you what character defects are. And you can do this Saturday through Friday. It's a journaling thing. So take a picture of this and make your own copy, okay? And you'll see 17 character defects on the left-hand side of the screen. On the right-hand side, you see 17 character assets. If you find that you are living on that left-hand side in the character defects, you are more than likely on the road to relapse. What you want to do with your life is practice. You want to have self-discipline. You want to talk to counselors and sponsors to help you see these areas in your life that you may not be able to see so that you can live in the character assets. Now, it says spend quality time each day reviewing your day. So at the end of the day, you can take this. You can do it in the middle of the day if you want to. You can do it 3-4 times a day. It doesn't matter. But think about your day. Be specific. Put in numerical ratings for each defect. Use 1 for mild, 2 for moderate, and 3 for severe. And then use a 0 if you didn't have any of the character defects, which means you're living the character assets. So hit a screenshot of that. Ready? 3, 2, 1. There you go. Now that's the character defects. Hopefully you save that to your phone for reference later.
Man, something about that.
And now we're going to go through it right now out of this part, and I'll describe what each one is. And I want you to think back on your day and see where you are, 1 through 3.
Stay on the right side. Literally.
Stay on the right side, not the left, wrong side. Exactly.
Good call, Bink.
I'm going to need a Geiger King shirt, bro. 100%. You know how much more power I have because I wear this shirt?
Oh my gosh. Speaking of Tiger King, so Carol Baskins is on Dancing with the Stars.
Not only is she on it, go ahead.
But the husband that died, his family put out a commercial asking about where he's at during her Dancing with the Stars thing.
Oh, that's what the commercial's about?
Yeah,
I heard there was a commercial, but I heard that nobody knew what it was yet.
That's what I heard, is that it was like asking if anybody knew anything about her missing husband.
Carol Baskin killed her husband, whacked him.
Like, what?
Tigers,
That's crazy.
What's happening?
And the Tigers, they snatched him.
And
What's happening?
Of course, she danced to, I think it was Eye of the
Baskin.
Tiger is what she danced to.
Oh, yeah. PD. Oh, Brittany answered me.
She said, sent the kids
I'm
to
so
school.
over it, and I'm listening to God's word. Praise God.
And she said
And
that
signs.
she's keeping the kids home.
Oh, good for
Because
you.
they were sick.
I'm proud of you. Good for you. You know how to reach out to me anytime you need to talk.
Good for them, Mark. Hello, recovering addict family. Today is 8 months clean and sober, and I'm so grateful for all the recovering addict family for being part of this journey with me. Love y'all always and forever.
Amen.
Always and
Petey, you're awesome.
forever.
Good for them.
Yes, Sky. Carol is on Dancing with the Stars, which I need to watch.
Do you know what Dancing with the Stars is doing right now? They're making it rain, and then money's coming in. Everybody's tuning in now. What a capitalism, man! It's crazy. Hopefully, Mark. All right, back to our character defects. Now we're getting into criticism. We don't even know these people. We just know what was portrayed at them. There, y'all are guilty of criticism. You better put a 2 down on your character defects for that one. All right, here we go. Impatience. Think about your day. Everybody got up this morning. Everybody went about their business. They had to deal with somebody. They had to drive in traffic. They had to do something. Did you get impatient? Did you say, get out of my way? Or give me now? Some way you was your Big Mac at McDonald's not delivered fast enough? That's where I get mad. I get mad at restaurants. I see how they get managed, and I just start freaking out. I'm like, the floor's dirty. It's been 10 minutes. I ordered this is fast food, and I'm being impatient. Instead of just sitting back, doing, page 417 out of the big book, and just saying, hey, this is the way it is. This is the way life has been laid out, and just enjoy the patience. Me and Jake had a little incident like that today. We're both driving on our way here to SOAR. We're going to turn left, and of course, there's a person in the crosswalk walking with her dog, taking about one step every 10 minutes. And she's like,
where the dog's so patient.
Yeah. And Jake and me, our veins kind of start sticking out, and then that was our knee-jerk reaction, was to be impatient. But then the second thought, we filled it with recovery. Let's just enjoy this moment, And that's what you do.
And welcome back, Anchored Hearts. We're glad you guys are back.
Yes, they're back.
They relapsed and couldn't have electronics. But now they're back. So we're glad you're back.
We relapsed and couldn't have. Shame on you. But I'm glad y'all are back.
Shame.
Good. I'm glad. So don't do that again, guys. Come on. Let's work our programs. Let's stay strong. We're in this together, okay? I'm proud. I'm glad you're back. How do you feel? Just give me a little snapshot of what you feel now post punishment, post relapse. All right, number 2, procrastination is to put off doing something that should be done now. Was there stuff that you should have done today that you just straight did not do? You procrastinated. Now, measure some of these character defects with what you're going through. Maybe you got 4 days off of alcohol. Maybe you're 4 days off of meth. Maybe you're 4 days off of some substance like heroin. You're not going to be able, you got to get through the detoxing. You got to get this part of your body and mind back into work, and you'll start getting around to those things. But if you had the ability to do it, did you put it off? Are you procrastinating? Are you not being you know what I mean? And promptness is the character asset. So you want to live into promptness. Laziness, not willing to work. Laziness. Exert one's physical, mental, emotional, or spiritual putting off responsibility. Were you responsible for something today and you just did not do it? Now, like I said, measure this with what you're going through. You may be dope sick on meth. You may be sick off of heroin. You may be having the shakes from alcohol, or you've been working your butt off the last 6 days and you're just downright tired and you need to rest. But if those things aren't a part of your life, were you just lazy and could have done some stuff? Because activity would be the character asset. Which one are you living in? Think about your day. What did you do? 1, 2, or 3? Remember, if you're heavy on the left side, you're living in character defects. We don't want to live in those character defects. Those are all the stuff that's been built into our personality through maybe the way we were raised, all the drug addiction, and just the personality. We learned that from our book over here, that we don't want to live like anymore. We want to be happy people. And the way to be happy people is to overcome these character defects and to live honestly, taking responsibility for yourself in these character assets. The next one would be criticizing. Y'all got to put 2 on this one. Us too. To focus on people for things for the purpose of devaluing them and building yourself up. We all know Carol whacked her husband. Okay. We know that.
Facts are facts.
I'm just kidding. But look did you gossip today? Did you go behind people's backs and talk about them in a criticizing manner, lowering them, and in a sense kind of lifting yourself up? Did you talk crap on your boss? Did you say stuff bad about your spouse? to somebody else? Did you break, did somebody trust you with something and then you went and said it to somebody else? That kind of stuff. But criticizing's to focus on people or things for the purpose of devaluing them and then building yourself up. The asset to that would be non-judgmental. Claiborne, Barbara, huh?
John said, we're doing good now. This is from the
Cool.
guys. He said, great part of the world again, 30 days sober, been obedient, so we got phones back early, but we are good. But miss Marcus. Yeah, has anybody heard from Marcus?
Man. We heard from him
Don't worry about that guy.
what was it, 3 weeks ago? He popped on the show like 3 weeks ago in the comments. We tried to play the tape with him, but where he's in our prayers.
Yeah, don't worry about Marcus.
What you were just talking about.
Hey, Christine.
I thought of a good example of a friend.
What?
So you tell them a secret, and then they get a speakerphone and tell it to the whole world.
Yeah, that's not good. That is not good.
That's someone you can trust.
All righty, so check this out. The next one we have is false pride. Any pride in self that is dishonest, not based on true, honest appraisal of self. Did anybody out there being proud about things that's false? The character asset to that would be humility. The next one is self-importance, having or given an exaggerated opinion of your importance. I'm so important, I can just do what I want, when I want, and nobody cares. Even if I made a commitment, I'm out of here. Self-importance. What I have is more important than you. Even when you're driving in a car and you're displaying impatience of the car that's going slower, I'm more important than that car and he better get out of my way. A lot of these intertwine, but the character asset is modesty. Self-condemnation. Are you blaming yourself inaccurately and putting yourself down? Are you in the character defect of self-condemnation? Oh, I'm such a this, or I am a piece of that. And it's inaccurate. When other people can see in you that you're something amazing, then what you're saying about yourself is inaccurate. You want to be in the character asset of seeing the value in yourself and then talking to yourself in a positive value way. I am valuable. I am smart. I am on time. I do work hard. Dishonesty. Anybody lie, cheat, break the rules, or steal today? Dishonesty. Where are you at in your life? Think about your life. Think about yourself right now. Don't think about somebody else's. Oh, that person was dishonest. We ain't talking about that person. We're talking about you. You talk about yourself. You look in the mirror as you answer these questions. The character asset is honesty. Insincerity is to be deceptive, to misrepresent emotions. Insincerity is to sit and have a conversation with somebody, but really in your mind, you're thinking, shut the front door. I don't want to be in this conversation, but you're acting like it, right? But to actually sincerely be in part of a conversation is a character asset.
I just thought of something, Dad. Don't look yourself in the third person view. Be there in a first person view, talking as you would.
Yeah, exactly.
You should write fortune cookies.
Linky needs to write fortune cookies.
I can be a bakery.
Self-justification. What did you self-justify today? Making excuses for your negative thoughts, feelings, and behaviors, and needless explanation of yourself. Did you have to make excuses for your negative thoughts today? Did you have to make excuses to somebody for your negative feelings and your behaviors? And did you have to needlessly explain yourself to do so? That's self-justification. Instead of just owning it. Taking responsibility is the character asset. Now, self-pity. This is distorted thoughts that you're being treated unfair. Look they're just treating me like this. And it's a distorted thought. It's self-pity. Acceptance is the character asset to that. Recovery fortune cookies. Yeah.
Brought to you
Sorry,
by
who's Carol?
Cherie.
Cherie, you just need to catch right up here, dear.
Cherie.
Oh, dear. Cherie is losing it today. There's criticizing for you. Plus honesty. Yeah, go me. Brittany cleaned, worked out today twice. Read the Bible app.
It's a good
read
app.
just for today. Out of the big book. Right on. Hit up 2 meetings. Made a dentist appointment. Yeah, you're on it. Good job.
I'm going to look you up on the Bible
Good job.
app. It's probably the same one. We'll be friends.
All right. So jealousy, intolerance of any rival possessions. Did anybody display jealousy today? How about envy, wanting or coveting something that is some advantage belonging to another? The opposite of envy would be gratitude. Be happy for somebody and their success instead of wanting what they have. How about vulgar, immoral thinking? Crude, indecent, or obscene language and or behavior. And the opposite of that is value oriented. Did you think positive on values today? Destructive anger. Did you guys punch a wall? Did you smack something? Did you get so mad you ripped things? Did you hurt others or yourself? The opposite of that would be constructive anger. Resentment, ongoing destructive thoughts, holding grudges, or the last, number 17, negative thinking, to inaccurately think negative about your situation, your circumstances in life, or hopeless. Vic, 180. Thank you so much, brother.
Thank you, Vic.
So much appreciated. Thank you for believing in us and believing in what we're doing here and supporting the cause. Thank you so much.
Simon's got a question.
Who does?
Simon. Yes.
Recovering addict. What if we can't seem to accept the past? Any ideas?
Ooh, I got something to say. The past is gone. The future is a mystery. But right now, it's a present.
That's true.
There's another 14
If you
pages.
can't accept the past, what I would do if I was you, start working your steps. Go through step 1, 2, 3, and then go into step 4. Do a good, sincere, deep, heart-wrenching, honest step 4. And get with somebody that knows what it takes to do a deep down, sincere, honest step 4. And once you get that all on paper in your handwriting, sit down with that same person who knows what you're going through and read it to them. Do your step 5, admit to yourself, to God, and to another human being the exact nature of your wrongs, because you're going to look at the past and everything that you've done. And there are things that were done to you that I'm sure you didn't choose, nor did you bring onto yourself. And there's a point you're going to learn how to accept it by working your program. You're going to understand what character defects are, what other sick people's minds are doing. I've had the same thing in my life, in my past, that I've had to accept with my mom, my dad. The hardest thing I've had to accept, and it's not really like a emotional tragedy as far as like family problems, but Link's accident. When he got his head crushed, I was furious. I was like, I just want to know why, because it did kill him and he got brought back to life kind of thing. And now he's completely different. It's one of those, everybody in their life has a before and after time that they talk about. And ours is before the accident or after the accident. The accident is a definite big scratch in our timeline in this life here. And to accept that is we're on year 3 now since the accident. And it took me a good year, 2 years, maybe I'm still having a tough time accepting it at times. But the more I get to know the new Linky, and I don't mean to refer to him in new in that sense, but he's definitely has a different personality now. And there he is. But yeah, it's a tough one. You have to work your program. It's a lot of introspective looking and then seeking out mature people who've been there, done that, and have accepted things as well. Sponsors, look for a sponsor. Get you a really good, solid sponsor that knows what you're going through, and they're going to help you because they've done it themselves. Hope that answered your question or helped guide you to a better answer. All right, we got to get into our book. Don't feel. Don't you dare have an emotion. Sponsor? Do you know anything about, 4 days, right? 4 days sober off of alcohol. How do I find a sponsor? Look up, excuse me. There we go. AA or NA, where you're off of alcohol. AA is a good one. Join us on the Discord. Discord will help you digitally get to where you should be locally. And then locally start searching out meetings. Find one that you like to go to regularly. And it's an AA meeting. And it's weird at first. I'm not going to lie. I was weirded out my first experience in AA. They handed me a 24-hour coin. And I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. And then the guy's all, give me that coin. Let me put some love on it. And I was like, what? Here you go. And he's like, and I was like, whoa, this is weird. And then I watched the coin go all the way around the room and back to me. And I was just like, that was weird. Went out and got drunk filled. But now I'm bought in. Love AA. I love going to the meetings. I love being a part of the family. And inside this group of people in AA, you're going to start connecting with them. And you're going to see somebody who's worked the steps, somebody who has a lot of wisdom, who has what you want. And I don't mean a big truck and a fancy car and a big house, right? I'm talking about somebody who's walking through this world happy and living in character assets. And you're going to see a glow about them. And you're going to be like, what is up with that? And you approach this person, and it's kind of awkward at first too. It's like asking somebody on a date. And you say, hey, can you help sponsor me? If they can't, they can guide you to somebody that can. If they can, start doing what they suggest. A good step would be to jump into our Discord community, get to know the people in there. I would just throw out questions, and I know that Merck, Alicia, Dez, Obs, John V, a lot of people in there, Cherie, Sky, a lot of people will just jump to help and guide you through this journey you're on right now. Sunray, he's another good one. Claiborne the barber. That's such cool. That's cool.
He's talking to Mark.
That's awesome. Claiborne the barber.
I like it.
All right, don't feel. And I wrote this in the description. It says, no, I wasn't embarrassed. I wasn't scared for my father, but I wasn't scared for myself. It didn't dawn on me to be scared of me. Scared for me. I wasn't disappointed. I didn't really think about it. I never got angry with him. There was nothing to get angry about. I didn't cry much. What was there to cry about? So the above quotation says, no, I don't feel. And if I do, it's a feeling for somebody else. I can feel scared for my father or my sister, but not for myself. Don't feel for yourself. And since it is 8:37, close enough to 8:40, and we're getting into our book. Hey, Simon, you're very welcome. Awesome. Yeah, jump in there, get to know us. That's where the Discord is an awesome place. It's where we actually get to know each other. We get to know each other enough to get on each other's nerves every once in a while. So it's a great place to get to know us. James joined. Thank you so much for
James.
the 20. Thank you so much for believing in the cause.
So generous.
How did Clay know? How did he even know this? Like, who told Clay it was Cassie time? Thank you very much, James Joyner. Once again, thank you very much.
He's been here before.
Bam.
Good evening, everyone.
Hey,
What's
Cassie.
happening?
I'm so excited to see everyone supporting you. That is such a great cause. Thank you for supporting my family and recovering addict, everyone. It is so worth it. They're out there changing lives. Like in Las Vegas, I have people watching. My dad, he is an addict, and he's struggling, but he watches. So I'm so grateful for this opportunity and what you do for everyone. So thank you.
Thank you.
Yay.
They're only
Love you
here
guys.
for you.
According
Ask
to Kyle,
Kyle.
they're only here for you.
No, be quiet. Thank you. I'll take the compliment though. It's nice. Thank you. Okay, so let me get into Joni's coming out here tomorrow. Did you know that?
Now,
No, yeah, she's coming out tomorrow and Saturday. But
Oh,
we
nice.
we go live on Sunday, right?
Sunday
Yeah.
night.
Sunday. Okay, darn, I was gonna try to squeeze her in Saturday. Just kind of throw her in like, hey.
We could. We would just want to do an impromptu.
Are you doing but we don't go. Hi, Linky. Hi, Millie Mill. Sorry, squirrel.
I will figure it out after the show.
Okay. All right. I love you. Okay. So here's my quote. I can't change the direction of the wind, but I can adjust my sail to always reach my destination.
Nice.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Jimmy
That's
B.
acceptance. That's acceptance right there.
What do you
You
mean?
can't control the wind, but you
Nope.
can adjust your sail.
That's right. Darn it.
Can-
And that's the whole
can't-
thing. You got to change or control what you can control.
Yep. God, give me the courage.
Absolutely. Amen.
That's
Mwah. I love you guys. Let's bring it together. We got them all. bring it together and continue to spread that love. I love you guys so much. That's so beautiful. I love you.
Love you. Bye.
Love you. Bye-bye.
Oh, James Joyner is Petey. I should have known.
We knew that.
I didn't. Well, I should have known. Thank you,
I've sent
Petey.
you a shirt before.
Well, good thing Felicia's here. Petey! All right.
So generous. Thank you, Petey.
Yes, so generous. Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody who's donated tonight. Just know that we're responsible and we put it into action. Actually, sore, not action. Inside joke. Inside joke. All right, where were we? Okay, so one time my dad got upset when he was drinking and he slapped me. I looked at my mom and she started crying, so I cried. I wasn't crying for me, I was crying for my mom. It has been my experience that by the time a child being raised in an addictive family reaches the age of 9, he or she has well developed a denial system about his feelings and perceptions of what is happening in the home. And I read that and I wrote down next to this little paragraph, me and my grandma. And the reason I wrote that there is because when I read that the kid got slapped and then saw the mom crying, he cried because the mom was crying, not because he was crying that he got slapped. And I remember walking in as my grandma is on her deathbed. Remember, she's coughing blood, right? And I wasn't fine. I mean, you know, it's just like one of those moments. But I walk in, and I'm just like, and then I look around, and my cousin starts crying, and all of a sudden I was like, oh, and I didn't cry because of me or the way I felt. And I was like, man, do I have this don't feel thing? And then I look back at the way my dad raised us. You bet I do. He was a don't feel, don't tell, don't trust, the way that he raised us with his addictive thinking and still continues to do this day. So my sister and I it was pounding into our head as our emotions were to be pushed aside for ourselves. Children do whatever they possibly can to bring stability and consistency into their lives. They will behave in any matter if it makes it easier for them to cope and survive. The role, adoption, describes earlier assets children in coping with the inconsistencies in their lives, learning to focus on the environment or on other people, or learning to detach oneself from the family, assists children in not feeling. So kids are going to do whatever they got to do to survive, and pushing your feelings out the door or just embracing the emotions of somebody else and looking at their emotions only and not their own is something they're going to do to survive.
Hi, Michelle.
Oh, Canada. The family law, don't talk, and the premise, don't trust, teach children that it isn't safe to share feelings. Children learn not to share and inevitably deny their feelings. Now, Denise, she's a cheerleader for a high school basketball team, right? One evening, out of town game, her father arrives noticeably drunk. After having spent much of the evening yelling out to Denise during her routines, her father, who by this time is unable to walk himself out of the gym, drapes himself over the top of Denise, relying on her to get him out of the gymnasium and into the car. As she is slowly moving the two of them out of the gymnasium, he begins to yell and jeer at several students just behind them. His remarks are crude, vulgar, and then he begins to scream racial slurs. With determination, Denise pushes her way through the crowd, holding her father tight to her. Behind her, she hears the escalating remarks of the crowd. Suddenly, they are outside. She races him to the car, driven by one of his friends, leaves him, and then quietly makes her way to the pet bus. Embarrassment, humiliation, fear, and anger are the common emotions a child in this situation would experience. But for Denise, none of those emotions are conducive to her perception of how to handle the problem. Instead, the reaction of this most reasonable eldest child is to take care of the situation, get the father out of the gymnasium before he gets hurt. Denise has learned that if she lets feelings take over when an incident like this one just described, it will only result in the pain for herself. It doesn't occur to her to talk to anybody on the bus or anything, right? Or a school friend about the incident, because she believes no one would really understand. And worse yet, that they would just make unkind judgments about her and her father. So she just keeps it wrapped up. Don't talk, don't feel. Only a few tears fell that night as Denise headed home. None of her schoolmates mentioned the incident, and she most certainly didn't tell her mother about it. She knew that to discuss the incident would only bring more pain to the family. Denise has found it a lot safer to ignore her feelings. For her, the feelings are too confusing, too complicated, and very scary. She hasn't found anyone she can trust to share those scared feelings with. I'm lost on this side of the show. Don't know where the like button is. But he's a Facebooker. That's awesome. So any young person would feel disappointed if his parents didn't show up for at least one school event in the entire school year. A child from a healthy family would not only be disappointed, but angry, right? Normal kids, the normies, we like to call people that don't have drug addictions, they would be disappointed if their parents didn't show up to some stuff, and angry, right? But for the child of a chemically dependent parent, this is just another one of those events they try not to feel bad about. It is easier to not feel anything than to dwell on the pain and unfairness of it. And if the child does feel it, is easier to be angry with the non-addicted parent when he or she misses an activity, or to take the anger out on a classmate. The crazy thing is there's so many emotions per day for children that live in this type of environment. If you are one of them, or have you created one for your children? Think about it both ways. And if you are, you can change it, right? If you have created that environment for your child, you can now be sober and change these things. If you grew up in it, you just got to understand the addictive side of it and accept and forgive and move forward to make sure that you don't act like that, right? A lot of questions are running through these kids' heads, ours, maybe your children, maybe mine. Why? Why does my mom disappoint me at important times? Why does my dad embarrass me like that? Doesn't he love me? Why does my dad drink so much? Are my parents ever going to get better? Is she crazy? Is it my fault? Am I crazy? It's frightening for family members to ask such questions to themselves. It can even be more frightening to allow themselves to honestly answer these types of questions. There's so much to feel and so much to be emotional about. In one day, think about all this stuff. If they're afraid, they can ask these types of questions, or they're afraid of. They're afraid when my mom and dad fight, to ask my mom when dad will be coming home, to find out he may not be coming home, afraid to tell my mom no about anything for fear she will get drunk and leave, of being in the car with my mom when she's driving while intoxicated, afraid of getting hit when dad is drunk and violent, or sad. Sad because we don't have any money. Sad because dad can't keep a job. Sad when my mom's crying, when I have to sit in the car for hours and hours when dad's in the bar. Sad because my dad would rather be away than at home. Or anger. Angry that my dad makes excuses for my mom when she's just drunk. At others for calling my mom a drunk. At dad for making promises and always breaking them. At dad for always being so critical. What about embarrassed? When my mom attended the school open house intoxicated, embarrassed of that. Embarrassed that my dad has passed out in the front yard. Embarrassed my mom looks so sloppy and half dressed. Embarrassed when my dad tries to act sober, but he isn't. About guilty, thinking if I hadn't talked back to my mother this morning, she might have not gotten drunk. Or guilty for never being able to do enough to please my dad. Or guilty for hating someone I'm supposed to love, my mom. For being ashamed of my parents and for being alive. Man, that's sad. These are only a few of the multitude of feelings family members may experience on a daily basis and yet learn not to express. As a result, these persons often learn to discount and inevitably deny those feelings entirely. The reasons for denying is to convince themselves, as well as others, that their unhappy family life can be made happy by pretending or denying reality. People tend to deny and minimize both situations and feelings in order to hide their own pain. They don't want to be uncomfortable. The greatest problem here is that when someone minimizes and discounts feelings for not just weeks, but months and years of their life, it becomes a skill they take with them into adulthood that will permeate every significant area of their life. Don't talk, don't trust, don't feel are the three major rules in the troubled family system. Think about it. Is my family system unhealthy? Do these three rules apply? Don't talk, don't trust, don't feel? Then yeah. Yet other rules are often experienced as well. And we will get into those next, what is today? Thursday? Sunday. We will get into don't think, don't question, don't ask, don't play, and don't make a mistake. And then that'll get us into chapter 4. And because these roles are not only law in the house and become survival mechanisms for the people in these types of places, but they progress, right? And we will get into that Sunday.
Brittany says, I have really been on all sides of addiction. I grew up in and around it. I had a spouse with many addictions, then I became addicted. I'm currently recovering. I can't imagine what it was for my kids. Des says you come a long way, Brittany.
Amen, Des. So encouraging, Des. Thank you for being so encouraging. And Teeter has an announcement. Teeter. My goodness, Teeter. You know what I'm going to do? Let Teeter hop on here and give us an announcement. My throat, I'm like losing my voice.
I swear it's the air quality. My throat's been dry. My nose is burning.
I've been chainsawing for 4 days.
You've been sucking up dust.
Chainsaw dust.
You're getting it double. Thanks, Petey.
Yeah, love you, Brittany. Keep up the great word. We recover better together. All right, y'all. So here is the sponsor of the announcement that's about to be made. Teeter is a huge supporter of the show. We love him very much. He loves us very much. And so I'm just going to let him get on here and tell y'all what's up.
Hi, Mike.
The floor is yours, brother. Start talking right now.
Hey, y'all. How's everyone doing tonight?
Wonderful.
Anyway, so hold on a second. I'm getting feedback here.
Could be Andrew's phone. Could be your other phone. You could have two windows open.
So Sunday, we're going to be having a special show. They're going to be doing a raffle for gift baskets. And each one of them is going to be making their own gift basket. And it's going to be hashtag Team LT, hashtag Team Fleece, hashtag Team Links, and hashtag Team Millie.
And then we'll have one fifth basket, right, as the family built one.
Right.
Oh, I like it.
Yep, we will be gathering the items for these gift baskets tomorrow and Saturday. And then Sunday we will present them. And the raffle is, how does the raffle go, Michael? Describe the raffle.
It's going to be one ticket for $5, or you can get 5 tickets for $20.
And then you decide what ticket you want them to, what basket you want the ticket to go towards. We're going to let
the hashtag a team whoever.
Yeah, with the hashtag, you'll decide what ticket goes where, and then we'll let it run for about, what do we think, 12 shows. We'll present it for 12 shows, and then so that everybody gets a chance to see, and then we will do drawings, and then we will ship these out to the winners.
Right.
Cool.
That's the way it's going to work. And all of the money that is raised, it goes to help recovering addicts cover all their expenses for software and the rent over there and the gas back and forth and their outreach programs that they have and the merchandise and everything else. So it's a nonprofit, and you could also donate the money to. You guys will have the links for your PayPal, your Venmo,
Yes.
the super chats, and everything else for the ticket sales. So they'll be getting that ready for you guys as well.
Yes, absolutely. And this is all sponsored by Teeter.
Yes, sir.
So everything we're buying is off from the donation from Teeter.
Yes.
Yep.
So everybody give Teeter a huge shout out. Thank you for supporting this. I mean, we wouldn't be here without y'all. Like I tell people all the time, I mean, we come up here and we talk about education and our experience, but the true value of this channel comes with the community that's around it. And he's one of the leaders of it, I would say.
Well, I appreciate you guys helping to keep us sober and helping to keep us sane, even though we probably drive you insane like I do.
No.
I'll be the first to admit that I probably drive everybody insane over here.
I love it.
But anyway, we'll get back to everything. So I'll let you take over the show.
All right, thanks, Teeter.
Thank you, Mike.
All right, bye.
Bye. Oh, I love that guy. I like the way he talks.
Yeah.
8 months. Wow.
That's for Petey.
I remember when he was just getting out of that program in Mississippi.
What did they call him? He had a nickname.
Prove him wrong. We nicknamed him that.
Oh, prove him wrong.
But
Petey.
he doesn't prove them wrong. He's doing it for himself.
Yeah, attaboy.
Yeah. Now back to our regular scheduled program. And we are going to get the kids in here. We're going to say the Serenity Prayer.
Children.
And I'm going to go home and pass out because I got more wood to cut in the morning, just a little bit. And I got a trailer to load. And then I got to come here. I got to get a SOAR, this right here that I'm a part of. You guys are going to see this in the screen every week now because we're going live on their Facebook page too. We do a podcast every Saturday morning. So if you can't catch us at night, catch this. Oh, you guys are going to want to catch this next podcast Saturday morning. Okay. Saturday morning, about 11 o'clock. Tune in to SOAR's Facebook and YouTube channel. My counselor that I went through action with is going to be on the show. Lizzie and Rick with Dustin. So it should be a phenomenal show. He's a Jedi legend of
So exciting.
of a counselor here in the northern Utah. And I'm just really pleased to have him on that show. Maybe I'm probably going to stream that one on my YouTube channel too, just because he is special to me. And I want that here at Recovering Addict, as well as, you go to SOAR, you go to Recovering Addict now, and it's becoming the same thing. So glad you guys are all a part of that. Where's Melly?
She don't want to do it.
All right. Ready? God,
God.
grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference.
Amen.
And please, God, help us to stay spiritually fit, because when we are spiritually fit, we work our programs even better. Help us to get healthy and strong and to do well with this. And thank you. And please be with the still suffering addicts in your name. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Do it for the Lord.
We recover better together by staying safe, sane, staying strong, and staying sober. Y'all are worth it. Good night, every.
And shout out to Raylene for 4 months.
Yes, Raylene.
Oh, yeah.
Woo! Good job, sister.
Amazing. I love
So
you.
awesome. Okay,
Another
guys.
blessing from Teeter right there.
And
Raylene.
gals. All you cool cats and kittens.
Yes, I'm going to be watching that tomorrow.
Me too. Do not put yourself in a high-risk situation. Stay strong, work your program, and remember, we recover better together.